Hey y'all, my name is Mara. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be kicking off 2021 with some reading goals that I have for myself. And so I'm going to quickly talk through some things that I want to achieve in 2021, how many books I want to read, where I want my channel to go, things of that nature. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. First and foremost, I want to read 120 books in 2021, which is crazy to say. I can't believe I just said the word 2021 because that just isn't processing for me. I cannot believe that this year is over. I cannot believe we're in another year, and that's just that's scary to think about is all I'm gonna say. I wanna read 120 books in 2021, which is about one book every 3 days. Currently, I'm filming this right before 2021 ends. I think I have 3 weeks to go, and I have read about 185 books. So I'm hoping that I will achieve 200 in 2020, but in 2021, I'm really hoping that I can actually go down a notch because one, I'm hoping this pandemic is a lot better and I don't have as much free time, and two, I am graduating, and so this means that I'm going to have a job, I hope, fingers crossed. Again, there's just a lot up in the air with the pandemic, but I am really hopeful that I will have a 9-to-5 job, that I will be hopefully out in the world with some of my friends at some points during the year, and that this year is not a repeat of 2020 where we were just inside all year. Of course, I love spending time inside to myself and I love reading, but I really do want to take a step back and read less books next year, which is weird to say as a goal of mine, but I just want to take more time for myself and for my other interests, and I think that reading less books is one, going to just have to happen because of everything that's going to be going on in my life. I am going to have a lot of life changes, and two, just because I want to take a step back and focus on other interests. My next goal is to find my genre, which is kind of an arbitrary thing, and I don't really think that I can measure this, but I really do want to read a lot of different genres, and I want to read more books in each specific genre. So I want to read a lot of romance. I want to read a lot of thrillers. I want to read a lot of contemporary. I want to really hone in on what I love so that I know what books to pick up in the future. And I really just don't think that I'm at a point in my reading life where I have found out what works for me in literature, and I'm still reading pretty much everything. And I think that I'm always going to read pretty much everything. I'm always willing to give books a chance, but I do want to find something that I'm really interested in. I want to have my niche and really just know what books I love. Right now, I think I would say that I love contemporary books and young adult fantasy, but I really want to use 2021 to explore that. Next, I want to read 75% of my 2021 anticipated releases. So I actually do have a video of this if you guys want to check it out. I'll link it in the cards as well as in the description. I want to make it a priority to actually read the books that I'm excited about. I don't want to commit to reading 100 of them because I think that I had 15 books on that list, and I don't think that's really realistic for me to commit to. But I really do want to make it a priority to actually read the books that I said I was excited for, because clearly, if I'm not actually reading them, was I even excited for them? I don't know. Another goal that I have for myself is to read more graphic novels. I loved reading graphic novels this year. I have read probably 10 or so, but next year I really want to make it a priority to read more of them because I really enjoy my experience every single time I pick up a graphic novel, but I just don't do it enough. And I think it's because I don't know what graphic novels to search for, which ones to read. And so I'm definitely going to try and find more recommendations and read them next year. Another goal of mine is to go through my backlist of my favorite authors. So I've picked 3 different authors that I really want to focus on. So I want to go through Alice Oseman's backlist, I want to go through Neil Gaiman's backlist, and I also want to go through Victoria Schwab's because I want to know, are these actually my favorite authors? Do I like all of their works consistently? I will say that I have read, I think, about half of Alice Oseman's backlist at this point, and it's been kind of hit or miss. And I have read pretty much every fantasy Neil Gaiman story except for Norse mythology, which I recently picked up at the bookstore. So I will be reading that hopefully soon within 2021. And lastly, I do want to read Victoria Schwab's backlist because I've really enjoyed most of the stuff that she's written. And I really do want to read her archive series, I believe it's what it's called, City of Ghosts, which is her middle grade. And I just don't know why I haven't yet. So those are the 3 authors that I really want to try and read all of their works in within 2021. Another goal of mine is to participate in one readathon per quarter or per season. So I want to do one in the spring, I want to do one in the fall, the summer, the winter. I said those seasons out of order, but you get the point. I want to do one every 3 months, which is what a quarter is. Is it a quarter? I want to do one every season. That's what I mean to say. And I really love participating in readathons. I think that I get so much reading done during these times, and I love making them and just doing them and engaging with everyone who is also in the readathon. So it's just something that I really love to do, and I think that I've already done this goal successfully in 2020, so it's something that I definitely want to continue doing in 2021. Next, I want to buy less books, and by this I mean I want to never buy a book at full price And I also want to buy less books because I have a problem where every time I see a good bargain on a book, I just go ahead and buy it because I know that I'm likely not to find that book at the used bookstore again for the same price. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna snatch you. But I have accumulated so many books that I have not read that I do not have the time to read. And I don't even know if I'm interested in reading all of them anymore. So my problem is that whenever I see a good deal on a book, I just go ahead and buy it when it's really not physically possible for me to read them all, especially with all the videos that I want to do and things of that nature. So my goal is to buy less books. One, don't buy any at full price unless it is a new release that I'm so excited for and that I know I'm going to love. So I'll let myself buy sequels and books by authors that I really do love and want to support. And I'll also let myself buy 5 books a month or less at used bookstores or used bookstore websites. So half price books, if I find a good deal on a book that I'm really interested in, I'll let myself go ahead and buy it, but I really want to limit myself to 5 or less per month. I also have a rather ambitious goal that I don't think will actually happen, but I'm gonna throw it out there, see what happens. Maybe I'll actually do it. I want to read every single book that I bought for myself in 2020. Why did I buy these books if I'm not gonna read them within a year? Why would I do that? Why would I spend my money and my time purchasing these books and just let them sit on my shelf and collect dust? Sure, they look pretty on my book cart, but is that really feasible for me to have them just like sit there and like never see the light of day? I bought these books with good intentions. I bought them because I wanted to read them. And so I want to make it a goal in 2021 to actually get off my lazy butt and read these books that I bought so long ago and finally get through them. So then if I am buying new books, I'll actually be able to get to them sooner rather than later. Another goal that I want to accomplish is to use a spreadsheet in 2021. So I am still on the hunt for a good reading spreadsheet. So if you guys have any recommendations, let me know in the comments below. I have found some, but they kind of overwhelm me. I want like a very generic one where I can input some basic statistics and also just my rating and like kind of have everything get done for me. And so I'm not calculating like my average rating and my typical genres that I read each and every month. I would rather just have a spreadsheet do it for me. I just think it would be so satisfying for me as a person to have a spreadsheet because I love having one for my content calendar. And so I think it would be really interesting to see my reading through a spreadsheet because I feel like Goodreads, it's really hard to visually see like what kind of authors are I reading from, what genres am I reading from, when did I actually read this book. It's very hard to see with Goodreads, and so I really want to use something that'll visually show me. Another goal that I have is to create a Goodreads account for my Booktube channel. I have a Goodreads account, but it's private, so I want to make one specifically for my Booktube channel. I actually have created my Goodreads account, so go ahead and check the link in the description down below to add me as a friend. I would love to see what you're reading and for you to see what I'm reading, and it'll just be a party. I also have a few Booktube goals that I really want to focus on. So first and foremost, I want to use social media less. I'm on Bookstagram and Book Twitter a lot during the day, and it's just really draining for me sometimes when I see certain posts. And it's not that I don't love these platforms, it's just that I feel like I use a lot of time on these platforms when I could actually be reading, which is the whole point of Book Twitter and Bookstagram. So I just want to lower my involvement with that, but still engage there. I just want to be on it less. Another goal for me is that I want to get my first physical ARC. And I know that I actually did get my first physical ARC, but I won it in a giveaway. So I want to be able to get my own first physical ARC on my own because of my channel. And so I might send out some emails and see what happens, but I want to manifest it and put it out into the world. So that's why I'm letting you guys know that is a goal of mine in 2021. And lastly, I have a goal on my Booktube channel to actually do less reading vlogs, which is weird to say because reading vlogs are my favorite type of content to make. However, I feel that because I do so many reading vlogs, everything that I read is dictated by these reading vlogs. And so I want to give myself an opportunity to mood read more and to read books that I'm actually genuinely interested in. Not that I think it's a bad thing to read books specifically for a video, because I found so many books that I would not have read otherwise unless I had done that video that I really, really love. And so I'm so grateful for these videos to pull me out of my comfort zone and to try something new. And I'm definitely still going to be doing that. But I also really want to focus on making more content that is sit down, talking to the camera for 20 minutes at a time, because I think that I am really engaged in these videos when I watch them on Booktube, so I hope you guys are as well. And it's something that I would like to focus on doing, and having more content that is just allowing me to read what I want, but also still putting out content that I'm proud of. So I'm still working on this and trying to figure out like what's best for me in regards of filming and like planning content, because to be completely honest with you guys, I much prefer filming reading vlogs. I do not like filming sit down videos. It takes me a lot of time to mentally prepare myself and to sit in front of the camera and talk for 20 minutes at a time, but I really do want to get more comfortable and to articulate myself better in these videos. So that is a goal of mine, is to post less reading vlogs and more sit down videos, but don't worry, you're still going to get both. So those are my 2021 reading plans, my reading goals, my booktube goals, just some things that I wanted to manifest and put out into the universe. And that is all I have for this video today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it and subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't yet. I post book related content twice a week. I also have my Instagram, Twitter, and my Amazon wishlist all linked in my description down below if you're interested in checking those out. And I hope you guys have a wonderful start to your 2021. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are hoping to do this year. What are your reading goals and things that you're hoping to accomplish? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!